First order of business, always find a good place to park. I'm right off the road. I'm parked in a field entrance, or this is not the church entrance, although it might be. I'm right next to a nice old church, just a little bit west of Millbrook. Okay. Trying to consciously keep this in the frame today, since so many of my videos are screwed up because they're not in the frame. Seem to be attracted to towers, even though I'd hate to have one right next to me. This one's not a very big one. I don't even know what that is. Is that a power line? That's a power line. Ages ago I did when I first started doing these plein air things, there was a local plein air contest. I sat in this churchyard right next door and did a painting, or two maybe. I did two here. Something for the sky. Okay. Let's set up the paints now. I like the way this drawing turned out. I'd like to keep this one kind of gentle. But that doesn't mean it will turn out that way. Let's see if it will, though. Let that dry for a bit. It's very hot today, so it won't take long. Let's see kind of mixtures I can come up with today. I actually put a little bit of white out, which I normally don't do. But I figured because I only have one hand ever to do the mixtures, I put out some white in advance. That is not what I want there, so augment it a bit. There's a fair amount of white in that though. So let's see. It's not as opaque as I want, so I'll just keep covering it a bit. That's better. And let's see if I can get some very light, bright green going here. I don't know what I'll mix it off of. Well, we'll start with this. We'll start with this. Come on now. Wasn't the green I intended there actually, but I like it. What I'm putting in now I'm going to go over later. I'm not going to keep this color. But I like that. Okay, discharge the brush. Excellent start. I'm going to go to blue now. I put a little white out earlier, so I'm going to go to this color here, which I'm surprised I still have some out. Put it in there. Geez, I'm surprised how quickly that China white dries out. It's very bright. So I'm gonna just touch it. A bit of purple, a bit of red. Oh, I should have I'll leave that. I wanted some white here first. It's easier putting in small details first rather than reclaiming them after with this medium. I'm doing a very great job of holding my materials today. I want that little strip to be white. Yellow. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that way. I'm going to keep that like that. Discharge the brush. Now, take a look at everything here for a second. A lot of traffic on this road. It leads into Millbrook. So people who are coming in right now are probably people who work in Oshawa or points west of Oshawa. Ajax, Pickering, Whitby, Toronto, Scarborough. A lot of people commute quite the distances these days. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna go to some darks now. with a brush that is small. This one will do. Ah, jeez. The light is so strong I can't really see. Yeah, evening light can be strange. So I'm going to try to mix up a green that is fairly chromatic, but not fully bright, but not too bright. Kind of like me, bright but not too bright. And yeah, remember I said I was not going to keep these greens. So we're going out with our plan. Yeah, I'd like to preserve some structure in this arrangement. Oops. So that's why I'm sort of painting blobs in. And mixing with something that's not quite intense so that this green gets dulled. And the rest of it is going to be dark. So, when to stop doing that? I think, oh, you know what? I do need some darks here in the foreground. So for that, I'm going to add a little bit of blue to this. Something's biting me here. Insects. Okay, I want to work this foreground just a bit. That may be a little too dark. Need some water. Purposely left some dark here on the foreground. I like those marks that you can never, if you make them the first time, the first second, they remain fresh. If you try to change them at all, it never works. Now, I want a little bit of dark in there, but that also has some light in it, that has some warmth in it. So let's see. No, I should have put more red in there. Okay, better. And I'll leave that. And now I'm going to mix up, if I could see it here, I'm going to mix up some dark. I call it green, but it's usually more blue than it is green. But we can give it a bit of green. Okay. Jesus. Sorry, bugs. Who knows what kind of bugs? A lot of horseflies around this time of year. I do certain things to try to integrate one area with another. That's what this kind of puzzling around is about. Jesus, these damn flies. You get to see the way the light is moving today. Keep it in the frame there. Keep it in the frame. Put some red. These reds are intense, so when you mix them with other dark colors, you get really still dark colors. You're not lightening a color when you mix with that. Hard to see the colors. I keep trying to move it into the light for the camera. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that too much. Again, always a good idea to leave things alone. And I'm going to just try to do one thing here. I'm going to try to find something that I already have here. There's a little bit of warmth right there. I just want to warm this and warm that. Maybe a little bit there. Okay. And one thing I want to do is find a smaller brush and just massage this white here. Let that work into the brush for a bit. And the China white stiffens up when it's dry. And if you want to use it, if you want to try to get a color that's mixed in. I'm not getting any opacity, it's not mixed in enough. Sorry if what I'm saying doesn't make much sense, because I used to tell my students, don't talk when you paint. And that is really because your brain is doing something else while you're painting it. It doesn't really want to do the usual stuff that you need. Part of your brain you need when you're talking. So that's why I would tell them, don't talk when you paint. And here I am talking while I'm painting. But it sounds like I'm making no sense. It's because my mind is elsewhere. No. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell did you think you were doing there? Okay, coming in with my pencil that is not the softest, not the hardest, the one in the middle. Just to try and articulate that line a bit. Ooh, I got rid of my white dot on there, which I didn't really want to. I do want to do this though. I do want to use that graphic quality. And I'm almost inclined to call this done. And perhaps I shall that one little dot of white. Oh, why is that brush in there? Shouldn't have been. Again, if I'm mumbling along, forgive me, I'm just talking to myself. You're not really here. You're just a figment of my imagination. Okay. Yeah, that was a useless thing to do. But what I want to do here is just try to feed the sky back into the tree mass in a place or two. Actually, maybe that might be an unnecessary thing to do. And it is, so I'm not going to do it. Go back. I'm going to call it done. Calling it done. Take a little tour around. See what the light is doing. Look how nice the light breaks apart that form. Look how pretty the world is in late July. Southern Ontario. 1 hour and a half east of Toronto. Which is becoming a not a nice city. Too many problems everywhere these days. So I'm hiding out in the country. And this piece is done.